You guys asked for it.
And we delivered.
This is our 10 subscriber special.
Thank you to everyone that subscribed to this channel. And for that, we're going to be doing a special video.
We're going to be learning
About
together about brain rot.
Yeah, if you guys never heard about it, you're in for a wild ride. If you don't know what Skibidi Toilet is, if you don't know what Riz is, well, I'm sure you know what Riz is, but what else is there?
Baby Gronk.
Livy
Dunn.
Dunn.
It's time to go to school, guys.
Yeah. Time to get that PhD
It's never too late.
in GYAT.
True.
So we're going to be watching a video by Lessons in Meme Culture. That's the YouTube channel. We're doing a blind reaction. We haven't watched this at all. So we're in it with you guys.
Yeah. We don't know. We're learning as well.
We're learning. We're all learning today. Let's see. It's this one. Boom. Okay.
Delicious brain rot.
Skibbity Fortnite! Why do you look so confused? Have you never been a Sigma rizzing up a Flowberry Burst yacht in Reckless Railways?
It's the catch-all term describing the past few years of low-quality yet massively popular internet culture, from Skibidi Toilet to lobotomy memes, to even subjects in offline spaces. Brain rot is an incredibly flexible and easy-to-apply piece of slang. It can apply to shitposting, to YouTube Kids, to any content considered low-quality yet large in quantity. Ultimately, it perfectly describes the effects of prolonged exposure to a fast-paced online world, dominated by short clips designed to grab the attention of the viewer and ensure that they swipe to the next piece for hours on end without gaining any meaningful stimulation from the act.
I would disagree. Don't get any meaningful information. Now I know how to get on the Rizzler.
True.
Now I'm in the know-how with all these children.
Wait.
Maybe that's not a good thing. Redact that. Now I'm in the know-how with all the hip people.
Yeah, the coolest kids on the block. Which I was never part of.
True.
The only way I could do it is through the internet. But
No one clipped that. It's hot in here.
You know what I gained from this?
What?
Enjoyment.
True.
Laughter.
Isn't that what we're all here for? Entertainment?
Maybe what we gained was the friends we made along the way.
The One Piece is real!
Is that where it's from?
No.
Oh.
But that's how people think it's going to end.
Oh.
Anyways, let's get back to it.
People will often describe themselves as brain-rotted in relation to this phenomenon, joking that their own minds have been irreversibly damaged by the horrors of social media. One could liken online brain rot to the endless halls of poker machines, with players tapping and dancing at their screens plastered with unknowable flickering lights and joyful sounds. Back when YouTube Kids had autoplay enabled by default, children would watch brain rot content for hours and hours on end, racking up terrible animation channels millions of views and tons of cash, leading to massive criticisms of this practice such as Elsagate. As such, this video seeks to explore the concept of brain rot and pin down...
Have you ever heard of Elsagate?
No. It sounds horrible, though.
Yeah.
It's usually when you put gate in front of it.
Yeah, it's usually a bad thing in reference to Watergate, right?
Yeah. Or Pizzagate.
Yeah, but
Or
that's...
Gamergate.
Yeah, those are all in reference of Watergate, though.
Yeah.
If any of you don't know, it's pretty crazy. If you don't know about Watergate, you need to get educated.
You're
I'm pretty
lying.
sure everyone, like...
Richard Nixon. That motherfucker.
Didn't everyone have to learn that in high school or no?
I think so, yeah.
So maybe everyone knows what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just being ignorant. Anyways.
We need to be the next ones to do Watergate.
True.
How would you Watergate, though?
Confident gate.
Ignorant gate?
True. We need to have a scandal.
Yeah, but what would we do?
I don't know. Let us know what our scandal should be, guys. And whoever the top comment is, that's what we're doing.
We could do
But not really.
an insurrection of the government. Wait,
Oh, shit.
they already tried that.
They beat us to it.
exactly where it is seen the most and why.
Thank you, yeah!
Whilst it's unclear who coined the term, brain rot started seeing major success when applied to the phenomenon, whereupon Subway Surfers footage, or Minecraft parkour, or those videos of soaps being cut paired with Family Guy clips were all the rage on TikTok. As such, brain rot shorts or brain rot TikToks are commonly positioned together as phrases, as the concept of watching ultra low quality content in high doses injected straight into one's eyeballs on a daily basis is generally associated with what the worst of social media has to offer. So-called satisfying videos would crowd the screens so much that the actual main content originally presented in a short would be heavily obscured, and the end result is a constant overstimulation destroying the brain. At this point, the onus of brain...
I get so many of those videos,
Do you watch them?
those TikToks. I'll get like,
I'm not on TikTok, by the way. I refuse to be on TikTok.
I'll get like, so I've seen that scene of Brian and Quagmire talking to each other while there was some type of like satisfying
Like video. Going
video.
on,
Yeah, like it was just talking about right there. And there's like so many countless others of like, you could probably watch a full series of some cartoon or any
with
type
some
of show.
satisfying video in the background.
Yeah, in the background, it'll be like in sequence, one after the other, after the other, after the other, and there are whole TikTok channels dedicated to just that, posting stuff just like that, and it's really funny. But the ones I get the most though are the ones that are like, "Am I the asshole?" stories from Reddit, and it'll usually just be like, a Minecraft parkour video with like one or two. Usually it's just split in half. Of a satisfying video of like
Yeah. Those ones
slime
when
and
it's
stuff
like
that.
basically a robot reading Reddit, like these stories. I think those are a little more entertaining because you're hearing a story. But usually, if it doesn't catch my interest like right off the bat, then that's like, why am I even wasting my time on this? Usually when I see a video that is like half satisfying video, and then half like some other bullshit, I just skip it because I don't want that on my feed. And the only nice thing about like Instagram on the Reels is that how easily it is to just avoid all that stuff and not have it on your algorithm.
Yeah, I mean TikTok you can do the same thing, but
Yeah.
it's just I guess that's where it originated, right? So on TikTok, I think. So it's pretty good stuff. Highly recommend.
You know what's crazy too? Is how Instagram has been able to integrate these other apps into their app. Like first it
Like
was
Snapchat.
Yeah, first it was Snapchat, and now it's Reels, and then now they're doing live videos like streams and shit.
Yeah.
It's getting crazy.
Fuck Instagram. All my homies hate Instagram.
All my homies on Instagram. What you talking about?
Yeah, true.
Maybe the confidently ignorant people, but them hesitantly knowledgeable guys.
We hate using Instagram, but we still use it.
It's a love-hate relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like when you say, "Oh, I hate this game," and then you continue playing it.
Yeah, like Call of Duty. Oh. Or Smash Brothers.
Oh my god. Yeah. I hate this game. Plays another 2 hours.
Huh.
Anyways, let's get back to it. Let's get some more learned.
Brain rot is also applied to certain generations of children, generally the ones who grew up watching YouTube videos on autoplay on their iPads, aka iPad kids. Of course, this assumption seems to apply to Generation Alpha, but before then it was Zoomers and Millennials using social media too, and before then Gen X and Baby Boomers were considered the TV generations, and going back even further in history, it turns out even novels were considered brain rot because you weren't actively learning anything from reading a fictional story. Seriously, there was massive outrage regarding the hobby of reading for pleasure, which was described as addictive and antisocial, which sounds extremely familiar. Many also compare the popularity of early 2010s Gmod humor to the modern trends of the 2020s, demonstrating the fact that what may appear as mindless brain rot at first glance is often constructed with a story in mind. Due to this, the generational attack against Gen Alpha is quite unfair, although it does work to encourage rage bait and thus may be fun for some to exploit. Algorithms are in charge of spreading this content, often encouraging videos to watch the clips with the most engagement, which just so happens to be slapped onto GTA 5 footage or Minecraft parkour or videos of people peeling soap, aka brain rot. In fact, social media companies prefer brain rot content to be the norm, as it ensures high retention levels, a metric that tech executives absolutely adore because it means audiences are giving their attention to an app designed to take advantage of human biology. Of course, this idea is one that has been reflected in pop culture for many years too. There's this fantastic comic called Tokyo Ghost that illustrates the idea of brain rot being taken to its extreme logical limit brilliantly. The comic is set in the future of 2089, in a world where everyone is addicted to watching shows and social media. One of the main characters, a hulking man named Led Dent, is constantly jacked into watching his newsfeed at all times, to the point where he becomes easy to manipulate and totally disconnected from the rest of the world, to the point that it has become a drug for him, blinding him to the fact that he's committing extremely violent acts without realizing exactly what he's doing. It's the perfect representation of how brain rot can manifest in a story, satirizing the very real fact that humanity is being bombarded with an overwhelming amount of information.
Why have I not seen this before?
Yeah, right. I've
That
never
man
heard
is
this.
caked up. I need to see more of him. Look at you can see the cheek right there.
True, actually. Well, I'm not gonna say that as well. Anyways, I thought one point he brought up was interesting was the whole TV thing and then the books, and even like philosophers would say things like, "Oh, you're reading, well, you're not just learning from, you're not taking the deliberate work to just learn from mouth to mouth, learning from someone at like
Like an institution or something?
or like yeah that or like somewhere where someone's just talking to a crowd
Like on their soapbox?
Huh?
On their soapbox?
No, back in like Greek philosophy kind of day,
Oh, word.
where they would just talk to crowds basically, and
It was like an oral tradition.
yeah, exactly. The oral tradition was like
I don't want to hear some dickhead.
yeah, right,
Oh, well, actually, if you want to learn about this, here's my voice to tell you.
yeah, and
I'll tell. Well, actually,
think-
no. Actually, that's kind of based. Actually, keep listening. Listen right now. Actually.
True.
Listen right now. Ignore what I just said. Actually, that's super based. We need to stop reading.
only listen to people, especially
Yeah.
guys online.
Yeah, especially us.
You are not being hypnotized right now. You want to learn. You want to see this stuff.
We are your learning. You will learn from us. We are knowledge.
We are everything. Anyways, but yeah, I forgot who it was. It was a famous philosopher. I don't know if it's Socrates or Plato.
James.
Oh yeah. No, but one of them said that like reading and writing is not good. Basically, like you should like
Keep in your mind.
you should just remember it all and just have the put in the work of remembering it all.
That feels like brain
Which
rot.
is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, they're old.
Yeah.
Of course, it's ridiculous.
True. But yeah, seeing this development, I wonder what's gonna be the next thing, right? Because technically, are we part of like, what's it called? Not Gen Alpha, millennials, right?
Or Gen Z.
Or Gen Z, yeah. And a lot on the younger end of Gen Z are definitely one of those kids, or those kids that are iPad kids, right? And then Gen Alpha is the one after that, right? The youngest one.
So it's currently Gen Alpha. Yeah.
Yeah, and those are going to be like the official like iPad kids. They grew up with internet, and we grew up like alongside the internet, I guess,
Pretty
because we were still young when it was first being developed, right?
Yeah. I mean, millennials were too. It's just not like how it is now. You know,
100%.
not so easily accessible to people.
Yeah, and especially from when we were younger, seeing the internet from what it was before, like the bare bones of what Facebook was to what it is now, and all these other apps and the rest of the internet, how much YouTube has changed, how much Twitter has changed. Tumblr is like a thing of the past. It's crazy.
Yeah, I used to use Tumblr.
Yeah, me too. I remember some kid roasted me back in freshman year. I said I
Because
used
you use Tumblr?
Yeah, he was like, you seem like the type to use Tumblr.
True. Well, who cares? Let's just keep watching.
Yeah. Anyways, I just thought it was an interesting point about like the whole.
I don't care.
Fuck you.
Every single day, all designed to get us addicted to watching just one more video. You can see the same thing with the 2008 film WALL-E. It's well known that social media is designed to provide dopamine with every single like and every single click, so that we keep looking at it for as long as possible in order for tech companies to sell user data. That dopamine hit can be habit forming, and for some, social media addiction can be a very real problem, leaving them feeling worn out and tired after a day of watching mindless brain rot. It's not as if all social media content is brain rot. With a varied and balanced array of information, it can be totally fine to just chill out and watch your favorite YouTubers or gaming videos or whatever niche hobby you might have. But when it gets to hours and hours of watching exactly the same thing without any change, it can become a serious mental health issue as you fall into stagnation and cognitive decline. On that note, it's worth mentioning the fact that the word rot has become something of a meme in itself. Concepts like bed rotting have been bouncing around the internet for years, and perhaps much of this stems from the fact that humans are quite good at being self-destructive. There's also the satirical side of things, where creators pretend to be experiencing brain rot, such as hepatitis BA4 referencing countless online bits of slang in an intentionally low-quality manner, which of course evokes comments from people who don't know it is satire, describing their content as actual brain rot.
POV, I'm bringing Ninja to get a low table fade, and Duke Dennis starts whizzing him up. Come on, Ninja, let's go get your low table fade.
The implication is that after watching too much of it, one becomes zombified.
I actually get a lot of those videos on my
Yeah,
feed.
so you are brain rotted. You get
Yeah. Well, because
Just a
it's
different form.
it's satire, like he said. It's like he's making satirical content of like people that are brain rotted.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those people. There's this one girl.
Like that girl in the beginning of the video.
There's one girl on TikTok that well, she actually did brain rot before, but now what she does is she'll replicate or imitate people who are unironically doing like really low quality videos and they're just like kind of memes in and of themselves. And she like literally she'll do like an absurd version of their character, and then she's pretty funny.
I've never heard of him.
No, yeah, but yeah, the girl in the beginning, yeah, she's very brain rotted. I've seen her a lot too.
Yeah, she's like the epitome of that satire, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty
100%.
crazy. I think it's pretty funny sometimes. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think it's funny? Do you think it's cringe? Do you think it's based, brain rotted, or what?
But anyone who spends an iota of time online has no doubt come across this phenomenon themselves. As such, brain rot can be perceived in a couple of different ways. Yes, sometimes we can suffer drastic consequences of being subjected to low-quality content and social media platforms designed to manipulate the dopamine switches in our brains to the point where we scroll for hours on end and feel like we've turned into a mindless zombie for the day. But on the other hand, it's okay to have a little bit of brain rot as a treat. You can enjoy posting or viral videos or goofy TikToks. It's just that the healthiest way to do this is to simply strike a balance. And once you've got that down pat, then suddenly brain rot content feels like less of a major threat than it ever used to be. And looking at trends of the past, it isn't as if newer generations are inherently more prone to brain rot either. It's just that the massively popular low-quality content that is presented in huge numbers looked different back in the day. Before the internet was huge, it was TV, and before TV, even novels were considered a form of brain rot, as they represented addictive content produced at a high quantity. And so it would appear that the term is one that is new and extremely flexible when applied to the online and offline world, but in a way, it has existed forever. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
So I like how we ended that off with a very like optimistic point of view, especially because people, it's really easy to get into a nihilistic, a pessimistic nihilistic point of view, right? Because it's like, where do you draw the line of what's brain rot or what's good to watch, right? Because people will be like, oh, you're just playing video games all day, or oh, you're just on your phone all day.
Yeah, and then they'll go watch TV.
Yeah, and they'll just watch some bullshit like some reality TV or some drama. It's like, how is that helping you? Or like even just watching sports.
Yeah, not everything has to be like, oh, I'm being productive. I'm learning.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I'm leveling up every day.
Yeah.
Every single day, I'm bettering myself.
This is real. This is me.
It's not even like, well, you can still better yourself every day, right? But that doesn't
I'm
mean
exactly where I'm supposed to
shut
be
up.
right now.
Shut up. But what was I gonna say? God damn it! Like you could try to better yourself every day, but that doesn't mean you have to be locked in 24/7, right? Like you can give yourself a fucking break.
Yeah, honestly, guys, you don't have to hold yourself up to my standard. I know I'm always locked in. Everything I do is like 100%, but I don't expect you guys to do the same.
We're always on go,
Honestly.
but our threshold is way high.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But James, you're not locked in right now. You're not learning anything. I am actually. I have something in my ear. You just can't see it. I'm learning. I'm reading a book.
He has the
in my ear.
brain chat on
Exactly.
Dandelion has.
Yeah.
He was one of the first what's it called, volunteers.
Yeah, I'm running on autopilot to
Yeah.
make this video. So
He paid extra to get the Prime membership too, so he doesn't get the ads.
yeah, exactly.
Not like me. I get ads while I'm sleeping.
But anyway,
That's gonna be the end of this video, guys. Let us know what you thought. Do you watch Brain Rot? Do you enjoy Brain Rot? To be completely honest, sometimes me and the homies just sit in Discord just watching Brain Rot.
that's brain rot.
just because we'll be doing some bullshit, or we'll be talking about some bullshit for too long, and we just like mentally need a break. And it's just like, okay, this is funny.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
what he
fair.
said, giving yourself a break, right? And it's just like the Brain Rot is just there as a treat.
Yeah.
It's funny to watch.
Yeah.
But
It's not like older people. People have their own version of brain rot. They're listening to like Cheese Man or like fake stories that are online or on Facebook. Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
We all do the same shit.
yeah,
Go
just
fuck yourself.
stop judging people, guys. Be better. Do
Oops,
better.
I just judged them though.
True.
Fuck it. All right. Well,
Unless you're us.
this was today's 10 subscriber special. Thank you guys so much. We can't express enough our appreciation. We
Alhamdulillah.
love you.
We are parasocial. Think of us as your friends.
We are your friend. Don't think of it because we are.
know it. All right, later.